Last night, I could not get to sleep, so I meant to wake up at 7. Instead, I woke up at 9. I'm gonna go hit up Comic Coffee and get some coding stuff done. Before I head over there, I need to eat. So while stuff is cooking, I figured this is the second to last day. I should talk about how, I don't know, I'm actually kind of maybe a little sad to stop, even though I absolutely don't have to. So I figured it'd be interesting, at least for myself in the future, if I talked about the process. This was actually my second attempt at vlogging. The first time I started, I had a ton of energy, a ton of like, ooh, I'm gonna do this, but it was completely manufactured. Nothing I put up there was genuine. And so I got like 6 videos in, and it was taking me hours upon hours upon hours every day. I was just like, I can't keep doing this. So I stopped. I stopped for a while until I did this 30-day challenge, which is really 32 days. And so I noticed I did that same thing again. I kind of like, when I first started out, I manufactured instead of just captured. And pretty much it was a painful process until about day 20 or whenever it was, day 24. The day that I decided I'm not gonna try and capture my whole life. And so that was the stressful part. But the result of making that shift is now I actually find vlogging useful for perspective for myself, and that I don't feel completely terrible about the quality of the content that I'm putting out, because at least it might not be the best edited or anything like that, but at least eventually if somebody watches it and they want to know what my life is like, so they want to know if you are going to go become a freelance programmer, if you're going to run your own little company, what are some of the trials and tribulations there and that kind of stuff. And I get to go a little deep into some various philosophical areas. So I think I totally blanked. I think as a result of not feeling completely terrible about the content that I put out, I'd actually feel okay sending this to people and saying, hey, watch watch this. Or beforehand, there's no way I would have nobody watch it. And so I think if I continued for maybe another year, I would slowly keep getting better and better and better. And then, but the more important part is if I actively sought out feedback from people, I would slowly, that would be the most useful part. That'd actually be the thing that would make me better. And so, I use the word so. I just slowly raised the quality of vlogs over time. I'd figured out some useful different segments. I think I could actually begin to add a whole bunch of value to whoever watched it, whoever this ends up resonating with. I'd figure out more about them. I'm still kind of ambivalent. I don't have a compelling reason to keep doing this, but then again, I don't have a compelling reason not to. That's another interesting thing, is because I've done this for so long, I kind of feel like it would be in some ways harder to stop than just to keep going. Because if I stopped, I'd be breaking the chain. I'd be, I don't know, like, I've gotten this far, why would I stop now? So, I don't know, I gotta make sure things don't burn. I'll think about this more later. It's a little afternoon. I just got back from the coffee shop. Got good stuff done. I only worked for like an hour and 40 minutes, but I got a considerable amount of complex stuff done in that time, so I'm happy. So it's lunchtime, Man, that's killing my trains of thought. I'm not gonna go to the gym today. Instead, I'm going to do these things, perfect push-ups. I do 4 sets of 3, well, I don't know how to explain it. I do regular outside, inside, inclined, and then I just kind of choose 3 numbers and then subtract 3 every time. So I've been doing 10, 7, 4. I just finally was able to do it, so now I'm going to add 3. So now I'm going to do 13, 10, 7. I don't think I'll be able to do that. I used to be able to do tons of these. They're awesome. The other thing I'm going to do is get lunch together, let that be cooking. The international, the biggest single prize pool tournament, sporting event, anything in history, the international is happening right now. I'm gonna put that on, and then I'm also going to, one of the reasons that I'm not going to the gym today is I'm doing a different program on a thing called gymnastic bodies. And basically what I'm going after is, because all day I sit down, I stand up, I move forward, I move backwards, and I don't know, I don't keep that good of posture. I lack a ton of mobility, and it hurts me in some major lifts, like squatting down all the way, doing deadlifts all the way. I can tell like my upper back muscles just aren't where they should be, and that kind of stuff. So before, and especially shoulder mobility. So before I get up to heavier lifts, right now I started at the bar and I've just been slowly going up to give my joints and ligaments and everything time to like readapt to it, since I've been out of the game for so long. Before I get to really heavy weights, I need to have full mobility. So, dang it. Yesterday I did deadlift and I could not do deadlift. So I need to, I keep using that word. Basically, I need to get far more mobile. So I'm gonna put the international on, do my stuff while lunch is cooking. That'll be my 2 hours. Then after 2 o'clock, I've got, I think I'm gonna meet up with my friend Oliver and we're gonna talk through an app that we're building. Yeah, I'm gonna get going. Admiral Bulldog. Veggie meat stir fry, water, push-ups, this. And then, of course, afterwards, a meeting and work from 2 to 6. But it's not even 1 yet, so I got another hour to chill out. It's around 1:20, got all my push-ups done, 13, 10, 7. I got 2 choices now. I can either bump it up next time or keep the same level and bump it up next week. I think I'm just gonna bump it up next time. So long as I get a good rest, it should be fine. eHome is playing Alliance, and Alliance isn't doing too hot, so it's not good for them. Got about 40 minutes left before, half an hour left before it's back to work for real, but I'm liking the schedule. I'm liking the relaxation that I get in the day. And normally about now, I would have just kept working straight through. My energy level in my brain would have been dropping. But instead, I think I'm gonna be good for another like highly focused 4-hour session this afternoon. I still have to do the gymnastic stretching stuff, so I'm gonna get to that. Done with the gymnastic stuff, torso rotations. They've replaced one of the casters with a puppet. What? One of my favorite parts about this is that, oh, they replaced all the casters with puppets. What? One of my favorite parts about this is the crowd brings the most ridiculous signs. And then, if you've never seen this before, this is called Twitch chat. Twitch chat is like both the best and the worst place on the internet. It makes any viewing experience way, 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 way better. So when you see fans doing weird stuff on TV, Twitch chat always has the right thing to say, and they'll probably say it like, I don't know, several hundred times, maybe even thousands, depending on how many people are there. I'm going to take a shower, get some coffee ready, clear my brain, clear my plate, and then drink some water, get back to it. I can't make this not blurry. Oh, hey, it just worked. A little time before meeting time, so I'm trying to get further through the humane interface. So I think talking with you, I've actually arrived at the conclusion, tomorrow I'm done with this, but then it's time for a new playlist that is not bound to schedule. There's no expectations there that are, I have to put this out every day or anything like that.
Camera, bro.
So, shut up.
Talk to yourself, or whatever.
I don't know, this is like how we're talking, so that's what I'm gonna get. Yeah, but yeah. I've refrained from a lot of cursing or else I just would.
Make a television show, man.
Then here's a cat. It's 4:30. Great talk. with Oliver. I'm going to, right now I'm torn. I want to go to Starbucks, spend another hour and a half getting through that UX book. That is a requisite skill set that I need right now in order to make the projects better. That book is great, it is providing it. I can't really stay here and read it because my housemates will come home soon and they deservedly will want to use this main space, so that'll be too distracting because they'll want to talk and stuff, and I need to be I need to be an antisocial nerd while I read this. So that leaves like walking down to Starbucks. I don't know what I'd get besides coffee. It's already 4:30. If I get a coffee right now, by the time I get there it'll be 4:45. I will just be starting a coffee like after 5 o'clock. So I think I might walk there and then look for something that isn't a coffee. I'll figure something out. 6 o'clock hit, just got back from Starbucks. I decided to go with coffee, but I decided not to drink that much of it. Because I'm running out of coffee beans, so I'm gonna need some coffee for tomorrow. So it ended up to be pretty useful for me to get coffee and then not drink all of it, so I have some tomorrow. So that was the resolution to my dilemma. I'm gonna get this vlog together again early tonight. I found that really nice. Just chill out the rest of the night. Before I do that, there's a concept that I want to talk about, and this is a very deep thing. I'm not sure if it'll make entirely that much sense right off the bat, but it is a very big thing that I just realized that applies to almost all software, a majority of systems that people interact with, and it will fundamentally change the way that I think about and design things, basically from the point that I just learned it on, and that is there are two different fundamental actions that a user takes when they're interacting with the system. So, for example, damn it, I can't think of an example. My brain is going out. Anyway, example, Snapchat. So there are two actions that you take there. Either you create content or you decide to control the system. So creating content means recording a video. Controlling the system might mean sending out that video to people. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of battery. I'm gonna have to cut this video again. Okay, fresh new battery. I totally forgot where I was. So in Snapchat, you create a video and then you choose who to send it to. Now, one of those things is content creation, and then one of those things is controlling the system. I think the right order is always, or at least in all cases that I can think of, you do the content creation first, and then you control the system. The reason that I think that is because when you decide that you are going to take any action in a system at all, it's because you want to create content, or I guess you could say modify existing content. So create new content compared to what was previously there, like go back and edit something. That is always the impulse that causes you to want to do something within software, within a system. Now, the software should just get out of the way. So say you decide in Snapchat, I'm gonna send a video to these 4 people. You record the video and then you realize, oh wait, that really shouldn't go to these 4 people. It should go to these other people. Well, before you even record the video, which is what you wanted to do in the first place, then you have to make a decision there that you can't really make and that you might need to reverse later. Now the programmers have to go back and code in all the canceling and all that kind of stuff, and you also don't have that high degree of certainty that like you're going to send the video to the people that you actually intended, because maybe it's not incredibly clear where, maybe what if you hit the wrong one but you didn't realize, all that stuff. So I think first creating content, then taking action upon it is the right way to design things. Now, there are 3 deeper reasons besides that impulse one. First is that it's simply faster. If a user can always rely on that, then that will become the thing that they do, so they become faster at using the software for whatever it was intended to do. Second thing is simplicity, because it's a lot simpler it's a lot nicer if you're going to create something and then you're going to choose what to do to it. And that also makes it a lot more reversible. Now, the other thing, oh yeah, error reduction. I already went through that. So this is a new concept. I'm still wrapping my mind around it, but I want to show it. So here is Slack. If you haven't used Slack, Slack is absolutely wonderfully designed software. It is completely awesome. So an example of that is, say I want to send a picture. In particular, I want to send a picture of this cat. I want to drag it up in here. I drag it to upload it. Now some pretty cool things happen. It shows me a preview of what I'm going to send. I can give it a title. And then I get to choose where am I going to put it. Now where I'm going to put it is implicit. I'm in this chat channel. Of course I want to put it here. But I still have the option to change that because maybe I realize, oh, this is entirely inappropriate for this chat channel. So this might seem like a really small thing, but imagine if the system was not designed this way. There'd be a couple extra steps. It'd be a lot more confusing. I think this is a really good principle to operate off of. Anyway, I'm going to add a picture of this cat, but in parentheses it says heavy breathing because this UX is so good. Boom. Then I get immediate feedback about what it is, and then it gets sent out. So that's an example of object action in the correct order, how it creates good software, and why I think it's a pattern that I want to adhere to. The big exception I can think to it is if you're in an environment when you're using software where the action that you're going to take is completely implied and clear based on the environment that you're in. So say you're in a text group, or say you're texting somebody, you're going to be in that conversation. If you send a text, of course it's going to go back to that person. So this is a new concept to me that I've been aware of. I just haven't had the words to put around it or the actual rational reasoning behind it. And so this is a thing that I'm pretty excited about. I'm already going back and rethinking some of the things that I've built. In the future, I'm always going to design things this way consciously. And I think this is really interesting stuff to think about, far more than what a thing looks like. And so that is the reason why I will never be a good visual designer. I will always be a UX designer, if I could consider myself a designer at all. But that's a conversation for another day. That's a completely different rant. Anyway, I'm going to get this vlog together. I'm going to send it on up, and then there's only one day left. I lied. So, I don't know where the mic is. Final thought. I've been having to, since I've decided to switch up my day into 2 4-hour chunks, 8 a.m. to 12, then 2 to 6, I am suddenly in this weird position where I have to train other people so that I can more effectively serve them, which is a weird thought. It's a weird place, but so far it's going pretty well. I really like this. It's kept me super focused, and I feel like despite the fact that I have too many things to do, way too many irons in the fire right now because I'm hedging so hard, I feel it gives me a feeling of on top of it.